This ISIS threat is a serious one, and we need to be concerned about it.
To the national security of the United States?
Yeah, that's not one that I can answer. I'm not poring over the classified information that would help you to answer that definitively, but I think unquestionably it is rising to that level. There are people that are saying that the most significant threat assessed out there in recent years has been that out of Yemen, al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, because of the presence of a diabolical, brutal bomb maker named Ibrahim al-Asiri. You know, that was the underwear bomb, the shoe bomb, the printer cartridge bomb, which would have either foiled or been lucky that they didn't work. This may now start to eclipse the threat of al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. So that's a big deal. There's a third threat that we have to be aware of as well, and that's the threat of Iran's continued efforts to achieve a degree of regional hegemony, to solidify a crescent that runs from Tehran through Iraq, through Syria, and to southern Lebanon, Lebanese Hezbollah. And this is something they've been working on very hard. It's not a great development for the region, frankly, and so we've got to be concerned about that as we take actions that might have implications in that regard.
Well, did we see this coming, or did this just sort of all of a sudden here they are?
No, I think people who have watched this closely, and I've been one of them, have seen this coming. There have been camps that were established out just across the border in Syria. You could see the designs, you could hear what they said, you could see the increasing terrorist violence, not this kind of conventional operation that you saw sweeping into Nineveh province. You saw them take over the city of Fallujah once again, try to encircle Ramadi, and carried out a campaign for about 6 months of assassinations, targeted assassinations against security force leaders and members up in Mosul and Nineveh province. So this was something you could see coming. What I think did surprise people a bit, even though we knew about the circumvention of the chain of command and the replacement of commanders, was how those commanders acted. Some of them literally got on helicopters and flew out before the battle, which obviously is a breaking of that all-important trust between leader and led. And when that breaks down, the morale of a unit is shot and it's not going to fight.
Well, if you and others saw it coming, were we doing anything? I mean, obviously the United States does not have forces there anymore, but were we trying to bring pressure on anybody? Was there any more concerted effort? Did they realize how serious this really was?
Again, I don't know that folks expected that the security forces would not be able to handle what, at the end of the day, relatively speaking, relative to their size, was not a large force. But it was a very capable force, and it had quite a good campaign. They'd been conducting reconnaissance. And I think what really took place as well is that the population was not reluctant to see some of these security force leaders and their members get pushed out. Again, keep in mind, this is a part of the country that had come to feel disenfranchised again, cast off, and not having a seat at the table.